The film which you are about to see is an account of the misadventures that befell a group of two youths. For them, an idyllic summer vacation led to the discovery of one of the most bizarre conventions in the annals of history. There is a fifth dimension beyond that which is known to man. It lies between the pit of man's fears and the summit of Chicago. This is the dimension of Tokusatsu. It is an area which we call G-Fest. Alright, so I didn't film it before because Bro and I pretty much just got to the hotel and crashed, but here you go. This is like walking into the G-Fest. It's like right over there. You know, like flip the camera. It's like over there. There it is. It's like the Hyatt Regency O'Hare. Pretty fancy ass building, I'm not gonna lie. Alright, here we are. Godzilla Fest, huh? He's still doing one of those? Who even likes that guy? Apparently not G-Fest itself, because we got Ultraman guests and Mothra guests, so hey, we're doing the most out here. Empty lobby because it's like Wednesday. We get here this early. Thing starts on Friday. I'll tell you, this kind of doesn't get old. This place is actually crazy. Come mug me on the 7th floor. Alright, here we go. Private elevator ride. All the way up. Cool. Now to find the hotel room this thing is like not helpful at all for it. Except when it's helpful, which is actually this time. But pretty snazzy place, I'll tell you. I don't know what Godzilla did to earn this one. Cool. And I went on the wrong side, so pay attention, kids. Don't film stuff. Okay, we're actually here now. Want to be part of my content creation vlog? You gotta do a TikTok dance. No. Alright, we are wrapping up day 1 of the Dealer Fest. My badge and stuff here. I barely recorded anything the past few days. You know, I'm just kind of like actually living life. That is bright as fuck. I'm like actually living life and crap like that. So, you know, what are you gonna do? But I'm here now, doing a little video. It's like 4 o'clock. So, you know, we got like an hour left. And for festivities, I did all my autographs. So I met Megumi. She's got a last name. Sorry, I don't know it. It's Moth from the Rebirth of Mothra trilogy. And I met Dan Moriboshi from Ultra 7, you know, the guy who turns into Ultra 7, who is Ultra 7. I don't know his name either. It's Koji something. I know these people's first names. I don't know their last names. Because, you know, I just know they're like characters. So, anyway, I got a bunch of autographs from them. So, you know, I'll show all that off at some point. For now, we're just going to do like one lap around the dealer's room and wrap it up. So that's why I got the camera out. Here we go. I press the button. There it goes. It flipped the camera. Here we are. G-Fest. You know what's even cooler is I'm on the 7th floor for Ultra 7. There we go. So, let's head down.
1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Attack the homicide fighter. 7. One, two, three, four, 1, 2, 3, let's go. 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Strike the ice like a hero. 7. Prove to love. 7.
Alrighty, guys, here we are with my day one G-Fest haul, as well as my Field Museum haul there. Well, let's get right into it. So, obviously the main thing, I went right in, and I went right for the trikes. M1, I always go straight to M1. I love to just see what they got. They're one of my favorite companies, so I love seeing what exclusives they bring and what trikes they got. You know, it's always different every year, so it's always fun and exciting. I was really hoping that they would bring an Ultra 7, because obviously I just started watching that series in preparation for Dan being here, and I couldn't believe that they actually did it. So here we are, got Ultra 7, and man, what a wonderful trike. And of course, right next to him, I got Baltan. Oh my god, I'm so happy they brought Baltan. I've been waiting to get one for years. One of my favorite kaiju of all time, and there he is in all his glory. So 2 more trikes in the books, and these are absolutely essentials in my collection. I can never have enough trikes, and man, I just love these trikes. So give you a little demo. I'm sure you know what they do. But line them up a bit. Let them go. Fucking awesome. So there we are, trikes. Shit, come on, stay there. I'll talk about the Field Museum and stuff in a minute. I know it's kind of in the way, but let's look at the box art on these guys. We got Baltan there, and the Ultraman. It looks like Ultraman 80, I guess. I don't really know what's going on with him. Little funky guy. Not that Baltan looks normal either, but there we are. And Ultra 7 one, which is notably a different size, very interesting, and fighting Metron there. Pretty sweet art, man. I love the art in these things. The trikes, the whole package with the trikes is just incredible. Yeah, I cannot get enough of them. Let's go over here to this Alex Murdich custom figure. I'm sure you guys have seen him around. Of course, I have a few of his things as well. Love supporting this guy. I got his Titanosaurus, little chibi guy, and had him do a custom 2000 for me. I absolutely love these guys. Had to pick up this guy when I saw him. Godzilla, Godzilla 1998. Absolutely wonderful. I've always loved his design. And, he's got his shooters these days for sure. Not so popular back in the day, but getting a lot of love for him. Newfound love for this guy, and I love him. Went go with the classic colors here. He had a lot of cool variants, a lot of cool neon, bright punk colors, and but I just figured I'll go with the classics. So just a regular like silver and blue with them, and lots of glitter. Absolutely wonderful. The sculpt is incredible. Love these guys. Love my little chibi guys. So that's that. And for $40, hard to go wrong. I mean, absolutely wonderful figure. So is that. Talk about this guy. I also got this guy at the M1 booth, little chibi Godzilla as well. As you can tell, I love my little chibis and small things, little unique things. I have the orange one as well. I believe I got that at their booth a few years ago. Maybe I got it on mine. I'm not entirely certain. Don't got the best working memory in the world, but yeah, now I got another one, and I'll collect as many as I can. M1, if you're listening, bring the Titano. I'd love to get a little Titano guy. And now there's a Titano in that sculpt too. Yeah, little chibi one. So that's that. I guess I'll talk about this guy next. The Goji Burst Gigan. It's just so fucking cool. I had this on my radar a bit just because, look at it. It's like the poster child of Goji Burst. It's just pretty damn cool. I mean, come on. With the Gatling guns and everything. It's insane. There's even a cosplay of this year. We'll get into that later, but man, incredible. So that's that. I don't intend to collect the whole series or anything. I just, it's just unique, and for $15, I was like, shit, it's here. It's awesome. Yeah, I'm grabbing that. So got one of those. Had to. And then just a couple little trinkets here, and I'll wrap it up. Got a little Ultra 7 bottle cap here. There he is. If you can focus on him, there he is. A couple bucks, I love my little guys, all the unique things like this. So pick that guy up. That'll be a nice desk trinket. And then I got this Ultra 7 versus. Can I call him Ultraman? I might have. Of course, it's Ultra 7. Yeah, I'm not a fake fan. I know who this is. Ultra 7 versus Nurse here. Great episode. Really fun episode. So that's that. It's just a little unique little diorama. I think this is by Bandai. Little Gashapon type thing. Not exactly sure what it is, what series it's from, but for a couple bucks, it's a nice little, cute little display. So that's that. Oh shit, no it's not, because I got a little Toto pen here. Oh, it's actually a mechanical pencil, but this is also a couple bucks. Love my little unique stuff. I think you just push it down and it comes out. It's a mechanical pencil with lead. Yeah, it's just really cute. So it'd be a nice test drink as well. And let's go over the Field Museum stuff. So the Field Museum this year, if you guys know, I'm sure a lot of you went. They had a Pokemon exhibit. Really, really, really cool. I took a video of that. We'll talk about that earlier or later, depending on how I edit this video. If I even release this video, who the fuck knows? But at the end, they had a little. In the beginning, they give you this little card here. We got Archeops. Pretty sweet. It's like it's a promo card limited to this event, I believe. It's got the little guy on it, so pretty sweet. Pretty nice card there. For free, I guess it's not free because you have to pay to get it, but whatever. And then, of course, at the end, I had to pick this guy up, classic, the logo and everything. So it was a little pricey. I think it was like $40, which is kind of insane, but fuck it. I'm on vacation, so I had to get him. He's too damn cute. Look at him. A little memento for going. And as far as Field Museum stuff goes, I got a little pin here. I love pins. I didn't get one last time I went last year, so here we are with Sue on it, of course. Nice pin there. And then this, I've actually never seen or heard of these, but apparently this is a thing somewhere in the world, in this country, and around. These are moldoramas. They make little blow molds for you. This was $5, and they melt wax into a mold, and you get yourself a little figure. So of course I had to get the Rex here. There's Sinclair Knights Rex, original classic Rex. There's a Field Museum there. I love the movie Classic Rex, and this is just an incredible piece. Look at that. Fits perfectly in with the Field Museum, having Sue and all that. Little nice trinket, little memento. I love mementos and stuff like this. So, this is, pretty much a perfect haul for me for day one. I'm so stoked with it. I got my autographs in the closet right now. So I dry, but I'll take those out in a bit and show you guys. But as far as toys and dealer's room goes, and Field Museum, there you are. All right, and here are the autographs. Yes, it's a lot, but you know what? There are some incredible guests here, and what am I gonna do now? Like go all out? These guests are incredible. Of course, I'm gonna ball. So here we are with all these posters and little guys over here. Let's start covering them. So of course, I got the whole Mothra trilogy here. I printed all these by myself for the first time. I bought myself a printer at home, and I was able to finally do this myself because I'm usually pretty last minute with this kind of stuff, and don't give myself enough time to get it all done. And I want to make sure everything's perfect, exactly. The paper I want, the look I want, the sheen, the colors. I'm very particular about this stuff now, with the pens and everything. So, I just figured it's just easier to do it myself. So I did all these myself, printed these off all myself, restored all these posters, found high quality versions. Went in, restored all the whatever cracks and creases. Found high quality scans, replaced maybe some of the text in the bottom. All sorts of stuff to make them exactly how I wanted them because I'm just insane like that. But here we are, and I'm so stoked with how these look. They look incredible, as well as the autographs. So let's go over them. We got Mole here signing that. Rebirth Mothra 1. She's got a very lovely signature. The pink really stands out in this. Really, really cool. Really, really beautiful signature. And I got Rebirth Mothra 2 here. I went with all three of these posters. I believe these are the ones that go together. They're like the drawn art versions instead of the live action versions. Although these kind of have the suits on there anyway, but the bottom part is drawn, so that's height. But anyway, here we got 2. Signature on there. Look at that. Beautiful, beautiful. And then, of course, down to 3. This one was a little tough because it's so busy, and I didn't know exactly what color to use. But I'm like, what? Let's just stick to the pink. It looks really good on these 2. And, sure, it blends in a bit, but you could still obviously tell it's signed. It's not like, you can't find it, so it's there. A darker color may look better, but I'm not really a huge fan of, like, blacks or things like that. So I think they kind of don't blend in this. I still believe stands out. And, obviously, they all go together now because they're all pink. So stoked with that. They look fantastic. Got an Ultra 7 poster here. This one, I was looking forever for a vintage Ultra 7 poster, and they just, don't exist. Anything that's really similar to the Ultraman one I got last year, if you guys saw that. Anyway, I don't know why. I mean, I guess the Ultraman one's for the movie, the compilation movie they did, not for the series, but I don't know. There's stuff out there for all the Ultra series, but not Ultra 7. And I was going to make my own, but I just really didn't have enough time to make a proper one that I would be happy with all the kaiju on it. So I found this out there. I was like, you know what? It's got the Ultra Guard on it. It's got Ultra 7 on it. It's good enough. If it doesn't have kaiju or aliens on it, what can you do? And it is fully original, so, it's not like, I put something fake out there. This is original poster from Ultra 7, and I think it looks really cool. It's very classic, very Showa, very campy, but so is the series. So we got his signature right there, Dan. Where are you, Dan? There you are. It's him there. I had him sign it on this side. Could have him sign it on his side. Whatever. Maybe I'll get Ben to sign it someday, and Ben's there, so he'll sign it on the opposite side too. But, I wanted to give him more room. He's got a nice big signature, so I wanted to give him the sky there. Give him a little bit more room, and man, it looks fantastic. So the red really stands out in this. Looks really great. Super stoked with that autograph. And moving on to this one. And of course, I needed a little 8x10 of just Dan himself doing his thing with the Ultra Eye. And there it is, signed right next to that. I also went with red for this one. It just makes sense. It ties into the Ultra 7 and everything with the colors. Because you can do red or white. I think the white might have just blended in a bit too much, but it also probably would look fine. The red really stands out though. We take it into the light so you can really see what we're working with here. Yeah, it's a nice bright red, so I think it looks really gorgeous. I'm very happy with it. I'll get to that in a second. And then I got an 8x10 of Mole here. Mole. I had to edit this a bit. It's not exactly how it looks in the movie just still. I kind of edited their faces to be facing the camera to get exactly what I wanted, but I just figured I wanted a really classic image of them on Fairy, because that's how I remember them, and I think this is a really, really nice image. It's dark in here, so it's hard to see everything perfectly, but kind of bringing it to light for you. Her signature on this is beautiful. I mean, look at that. I think this is a really, really nice piece. I'm so happy with how these came out. They're absolutely wonderful. She's got a nice big signature. So does he, by the way. They definitely don't waste your time with a little scribble, with just their initials or something like some celebrities do. They really take their time with you and give you something nice. So make it worth your time, make it worth their time. Wonderful. Then this guy. So this is incredible, by the way, as I'm sure you can tell. But I did bring some Shikishis down. I always like to have Japanese guests sign Shikishis. I guess I'm going to start doing that now. But I saw online that he was doing, that he had previously done drawings like this. I'm like, oh man, do you think he really would? I don't know what his lines gonna look like. I don't know if he's gonna take time, but I figured I'd take my shot. So I went down there with Shikishi and I saw these. I'm like, oh man, they were selling these at his booth, pre-drawn and everything. And so I asked him, like, do you think he could do anything similar to this? And of course they said no. I figured they'd say no, but it doesn't hurt to ask. So I'm like, all right. So I just went ahead and bought this. It was pre-drawn or anything, He didn't sign this or add anything to it, but it does have his family crest on it. It's very tiny. I wish it was bigger, but it's just so unique. I love Shikishi's. He did personally draw this, and that is his signature. So I met him, so I don't really mind having that. It's just a really cool piece, drawing Ultra 7 on there. It's so damn cool. So that's the full autograph haul so far. I may go down and try my luck for Shikishi later, but this is everything, and I just love it. I had a wonderful experience meeting them. I brought the Ultra Eye down. I'll talk about that later. I may have another autograph with that. I don't know where I put the Ultra Eye at the moment, but he did this. He put it up to his face and he shouted. That was fucking insane. I wish they caught that on camera. Unfortunately, nobody did, but that was awesome. So really, really nice guy. Got to shake his hand and thank him for his work, and it was just awesome. Same with her. She was so lovely. What great guests they had this year. They, of course, they have a few more guests, but you take what you can get. Right now, I'm trying to knock out, like important people that were, actors or actresses or directors or anything with the movies right now. That's kind of where my focus is, big players. So I figured these two were a good place to start. Now, obviously, I don't have unlimited money, so it kind of looks like I do, but, I just figured, I had to do it. I had to go all out with these. So this is what I got so far. I'm super stoked with them. They're just wonderful people, wonderful interactions, and it's just great getting to thank these people. It really is. So that's that. It's my autograph haul right there from day one, as well as my figure haul from the dealer's room. And that wraps up G-Fest Day Uno.
Welcome to the historic Pickwick Theater. This is Linda Miller. You are about to experience this presentation of Godzilla Fantasia, the Champion Era, celebrating the most surreal and experimental era in his history. Godzilla returns to battle his most dreaded adversaries from our own planet and beyond. But he's not alone. Our Godzilla and his allies strong to defeat the invaders? You are about to find out.
Alright, well, we just got like back from the movies, and there's like fireworks out here, but I'm like ready for bed. They're happening very sporadically here. I caught one on the camera, but nothing else. So you get to see one. Check that out. Nice place you got here. Oh, no, of course I missed. I kind of got it, I guess. Oh well.
Now we got a perfect view.
So to begin with, I actually bought a pattern because at first I was like, where do I get a Godzilla costume? I can't find one, so I'm just gonna make one. And I actually bought mine from a mentor, the mentor of mine, now a very close friend of mine, Sean. His name, Project Nono's Cosplay, is over there. Please give him like a round of applause for sure. He has the in-picture Godzilla suit over there. But so I got a pattern from him, and he has an amazing YouTube video on like kind of how to just get started on it. But it came with the base body stuff. So and it's based off of a figure, which I'll go into a bit more on like how to make the pattern because I ended up making a new pattern for the new head. But for V1, I just stacked a bunch of foam pieces together and traced the outline of the suit and did some really, really bad math to get the scale. And then for the inside of the suit, and kind of to get the flexibility, and I lined the entire inside of the suit with a fabric. This is the version 1. This is what was seen G-Fest last year. This is I finished it in May of 2025, right? Like 3 days, or 2 days before my first ever Comic-Con, GalaxyCon in Oklahoma. I actually ended up winning a chairman award. So I 3D printed a 3rd scale head of a 1954 I found, and I covered that in a masking tape and like layered it where all the details are, and then I took a Sharpie and I put lines where those like the indents go, the high points and the low points, and you'll do the little lines to kind of where the connecting points are. And then you cut those out. My cat's taking up over the files, but you'll go in a computer software and trace over it and get the scale to the right scale. And then I just did brand new feet because I didn't show how I did the feet. The old feet suck, but they were just layered with foam. And originally my idea was gonna just attach shoes to them and like glue it together. But then I just made it like a sliver. But those ended up falling apart like really fast. Like they lasted a year and a half, but they started falling apart. So, and I often do stuff outside and whatnot with the suit because I'm an idiot. But I want the suit to be durable. So I was looking into like how do I order like a bunch of shoes and cut the soles off or whatever. So I ended up going with shoe goo, which you can kind of see over here. But the feet are also carved this time to have his toe beams, but there's completely layered with like 3 layers of shoe goo at the bottom, and the claws are covered in resin. On the new head, I carved individual in the low points of the scales of his neck to where I can see, and then I 3D printed about like a 2 to 3 millimeter mesh of PLA. So just so it stays rigid, and then I took a hair dryer so it was thin enough to where I could heat it up and mold it in the suit to keep that shape, but it doesn't like crack or break or anything because it's sturdy enough. And then I used like the special glue to glue that PLA to the foam itself, and then that is just painted a bit with latex on the inside. I've got upgraded neck fan that I got, and then these are old Spider-Man gloves from my old Spider-Man costume that I cut off and stitched, and I've got a cosplay MP3 player box that has buttons that connects to this little battery pouch that I wear on the inside of the suit, like right here, with 2 buttons, one for my heat ray, one for my roars. And that is connected to this wireless Bluetooth receiver that connects to this loudspeaker that I have attached to a broken GoPro strap to my chest. And then for the smoke machine, I dropped a solid like $200 on a smoke machine I got an ad for. It was like an instant impulse purchase that I saw on YouTube. It's meant for indie filmmakers. It's a Smoke Ninja Pro smoke machine, and I rigged it to with the remote. I have the remote on this glove with the button, And then later last year in like September, I took apart an old Walmart LED flashlight, like a $1 flashlight with the LED, and I attached another wireless receiver and sent the signal to the same remote, so it's connected at the exact same time, and it's just attached to a battery pack, so if I turn that on with the fog option, I can do this wirelessly as I use the heat ray to get a smoke machine, or heat ray bread. Yeah, and that is the end of kind of how I made it.
This is Nick Sparger's Ultraman, a brief little process of how this suit was created. Okay, so I've always been fascinated with like the super organic, creepy Ultraman, like the weird little shots from the first season where he has like teeth in the Type A suit. Maybe they're teeth, but you can read them either way. As well as that kind of teaser that never really went anywhere from 2015, 2016. I really love that kind of organic, sinewy body of that Ultraman. He didn't really look like a suit, but an actual organic being, a giant of light. So here are just some general sketches I was doodling while at work, kind of bored. Really like this idea of Ultraman having an expressive face. So we see over here on the left side, I did download a base template 3D model of like an Ultraman Type A mask, and then I went into Blender to then really modify that digital sculpture to give it a more organic feel, smooth out any harsh edges, resculpt in teeth, and kind of change the shape of the eyes. With those eyepieces, I used a vacuum form machine to then actually put kind of hot plastic over those forms and then get a nice clear shell that I can then fit into the mask itself. And that could help me kind of understand how I'd see through that, if I can even see. I'm gonna get up here. As you can see, I can't see through that whatsoever. So I definitely had to drill some eye holes into the corners, kind of like the original mask itself. A sanding process takes a long time. 3D printing filament, especially depending on what kind you're using, can take a while to sand. So I was really going at it with some like 100 grit, 200 grit, 1000 grit, all of that, using some Dremels to clear out edges. And once we get that black primer on, that's a really good color to use as a base for any sort of metallic colors, because it allows that metal to really pop from the sculpture. So it comes to the suit itself. Since I was working so quickly on this piece, I had to think to myself kind of at the beginning, like, how am I going to go about the body? Usually people are using some type of like really thin foam, doing patterns, all of that. I've never seen myself as a seamstress. I would love to learn how to do fiber projects and all that, cut patterns. I'm not quite there yet, but I feel kind of excited after Liam's presentation to get there. So I went with a chrome morph suit. This is like a whole day of me just sitting in the studio, putting painter's tape strip by strip, where I basically lined out the designs and masked out where I wanted the red to be, hiding where the silver would be along the entire body that we see here. So once all of the chrome is masked off, now all the areas that I want red are exposed. So I even use like big strips of like thick brown paper to cover those larger parts of the costume that I didn't want sprayed red. And I went in with like a nice shiny red spray. And so now that we have the basic form kind of all done, it's time for the other little tiny details that come with Ultraman, from a light up color timer to the lights in the eyes. I was really thinking about the different ways I try to approach this. People use, LED strips, things like that. You can buy those online. Ultimately though, I went with these little LED kind of tiny lights that I already had for another project in the past. And I only used the warm white ones, and then for the color timer, I just actually used thin layers of acrylic paint and painted it inside. And then finally too, just walking around, you don't want to walk around a convention just in like your chrome or suit feet. So I ended up buying at Walmart just some cheap slip-on black shoes, and then hit them with that automotive primer and then that chrome spray paint. And so the last thing is, this is the toughest part, just how I attached the helmet onto the suit itself. This is a really tricky process that I don't have a lot of photos of because it was very stressful. But I ended up going with Velcro that I got at Walmart, little Velcro strips that I could then super glue onto the kind of back rim of the mask. And then of course, Ben Faria was here. I was kind of walking around, I couldn't hear anything, I couldn't see anything, so my mom's with me. She's like, Nick, wait up, Ben Faria wants to take a photo with you. I'm like, what? It's like right next to me. And so that was just really exciting, and I think was kind of the pinnacle of my year.
Well, let's give these guys a round of applause.
My name is Koji Moritsugu. And Moroboshi Dan. I'm so happy to be here. It's great to see you all. Thank you, everyone.
Hi, my name is Elijah Thomas. I'm very honored to be here to interview you, Mr. Boitsuku-san. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
And of course, we have Amanda doing translations. Thank you. So I guess my first question for you is, when did you first realize you wanted to pursue acting?
Are you, 20?
So he first started acting when he was 20 years old.
Were you involved with any productions before you became a professional actor?
ウルトラセブンがいわゆるその前にも作品があったけども、それほど大きな役でなかったから小さな役だったんで、まあ言うなればデビューといえばウルトラセブンということになるね。
So he considers Ultra 7 to be his debut because that was his first major role. He was in a few projects before that, but they were small parts.
Now, it is said that you lived at a jazz cafe and were able to meet fellow cast members of the Ultra series such as Susumu Kurobe. Can you share with us any stories that you can recall about that?
昭和のウルトラシリーズのヒーローは仲良しです。まあ今も円谷プロはウルトラマンシリーズを撮ってるんだけども、新しい人とのコミュニケーションはあまりない今ね。誰がヒーローをやってるのか自分でも分かんない。
So at that time, this would have been like Showa series heroes like Nakayoshi and others. He didn't say of any particular memories of that time, but he does say he is a little disconnected from who the heroes are these days, for sure. So, and then I asked him if he had any memories about like Dan doing the training of Gen Tori, and he said, you know, it was really long work days, you know, so really most of his memories are just like, man, I want to go to bed, I'm tired.
若くはないよね。いつまでも若くいたいけどわからない。でも宇宙人だから。
So the other thing about it being 60 years ago is that, you know, he doesn't feel as young as he did then anymore. He's doing his best. But he is an alien after all, so who knows?
Now, at the beginning of this, you gave a few words for the fans here today, but is there anything else you'd like to say to your fans overseas who are present here today?
本当にシカゴ初めて来たんですけど、こんなに盛り上がってるっていうのは初めて実感として受け止めたし、本当に Thank you! Thank you very much.
First time in Chicago, much less at G-Fest as well, and he's so thankful for your support, so thank you very much.
Now, I would be remiss to not ask, there is a prop on this table. Would you mind using the Ultra Eyes? that, you can't end an Ultra 7 interview any better.
I'm very happy.
Megumi Kobayashi.
Welcome, Ms. Megumi, and thanks for that introduction, Kevin. So my first question is, what first inspired you to pursue acting and entertainment?
私は、小さい頃に、芸能界に入ったんですけど、妹がいて、妹がスカウトされて、私も一緒に芸能界に入りました。それで、モデルをやった後に女優になりました。
So when she was fairly young, her younger sister was scouted by a modeling agency. So they both did modeling first, and then she became an actress later on.
The closing question. I know you just gave a beautiful summation of your experiences with fans, but is there anything else that you want to share with your fans around the world? It's 30 years later, you're on the other side of the planet. Anything else to say?
そうですね、今回はシカゴですけど、また何かそういう機会があったらいろんな国の、そういうイベント、怪獣ファン、特撮ファンの皆様にお会いしてみたいなと思いますし、なんか本当に、さっきも言ったんですけど、特撮怪獣ファンの皆様、本当皆さん素敵な明るい方たちばっかりなので、またなんかそういういろんな国でそういう楽しいコミュニケーションが取れたらいいなというふうに思っています。
Yeah, so after 30 years of Mothra, she's so happy to have been a part of this. So happy to be able to appear in a movie that has really stuck with people so much and made such an impression on people over time. She has had a great time in Chicago, and she would love to go to as many other places and countries as she can to meet more fans. She thinks that tokusatsu and kaiju fans are just so wonderful, so friendly, so enthusiastic, and it's just so great getting to talk to everyone. So thanks very much.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Ms. Kobayashi.
Thank you so much, everyone. Have a good one.
'Is a brief award ceremony, and then we go into the costume show.
I had never thought that I would receive this award. This is such a surprise. Thank you so much. I'm so grateful that my illustrations have spread so far. across the world, and you all enjoy them. Thank you.
Thank you.
私が戦い続けられるのは、大勢のファンの皆さんの応援、励ましの言葉、あなたの作品を愛してますという嬉しい言葉、そういう言葉によって私は伝えられております。
And I've heard from so many fans that they have seen my work, that they love my work, and this is such a great feeling.
これからも私は自分のイメージを広げられるように、イメージを私のイラストの中で広げられるように頑張っていきたいと思いますので、皆さんの応援をよろしくお願いいたします。
Thank you so much, everyone, for your support. I hope to work on many more amazing illustrations and spread them around the world. Thank you.
Of techniques in costume building. Give them a roar, Ollie. Give us a roar. Want to give a roar? Gigantus. After capturing Mania, Gigantus makers. Born from a rose and given life. As Hakkaida.
Sergeant Battle reporting for duty. Major Gang, ready, aim, fire!
Please welcome Atlas M as Striker Eureka. Give us a roar. Give us a roar. Give us a roar.
Give us a roar, Elijah. Hello. Now this is really, really cool, and as a costumer, I want to say it's notable. 35% of this costume was 3D printed. Rayman Maximus! Temperatures in Chicago, but he's happy to see so many kaiju fans here today. This majestic titan has watched over the world for generations with dazzling wings. friends, cosplay enthusiasts, I want to thank you all for being here, supporting them. I hope it moves you. I hope you think that maybe next year I'm going to do that. And it does. something with your heart when you put on that costume. It's the performance you bring to it. And I want to thank you for another wonderful year. Good night.
Godzilla Fantasia, the Champion Era.
Giant against giant. The ultimate battle.
誰かが貧乏口敷かなきゃなんねえんだよ。こりゃいくらなんだ。
あの時と同じ。
いや、あれ
That's day 2 in the books. I just took a shower, so my hair's like wet and crap, but yeah, in an elevator right now. This place is honestly fucking sick. Godzilla fans deserve a hotel this nice. Pretty sweet. So today was a pretty heavy set panel day, and you know, other things. You know, lots of guest interviews. Saw the Ulta 7 and Mole from Mothra. Costume parade and everything. That line was actually insane. We got down there like 2 hours early and it was still through the entire hotel lobby. Pretty crazy stuff. Really loud acoustics in here. I'm going down. Oh boy, better hit a button. See you folks. Day 3. G-Fest, Day 3.
10th G-Fest. Never missed one since I came in 2015. And just a little fun fact about myself, my favorite monster is King Ghidorah. Got him tatted on me. On the album, there's a whole track dedicated to King Ghidorah.
All right, my name is Andy. As a producer, I go by the name Tilly Stees. It's a play off my last name. So I produced the album that we're talking about today. I also go by Godzilla on YouTube. Some of you know me from there, maybe. Just like Jonty, this is my 10th G-Fest. I've been coming ever since 2015. Never missed a convention yet. It's amazing. I'll probably keep coming forever. My favorite kaiju is Space Godzilla. I love Space Godzilla. I'm a huge Heisei fanboy. So, yeah, I'm Tilly Stees.
Ghidorah's better. Not on my watch. What's up, you guys? My name is Javante Franklin. A lot of you guys know me as Goji Franklin. This is my 11th G-Fest and my first year being the official vendors room operator. My role in this project is the hype man, but I also am featured on a few of these songs that we've done over the course of about a year or two. So yeah, I'm very excited to get the show, this ball rolling, get the show on the road. And also the thing about myself, my favorite monster, as you already know, Space Godzilla.
All right.
I can't be paying notice on the same chances. No who's to blame. Is me, has it really clean? Me, Gary, me to see all my enemies.
So if you listen, he's doing a lot of kaiju and Godzilla related bars, and that's meant for this crowd. First song. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna play the sample, the source material that it comes from, and then we'll play just a little bit of the actual song that it turned into. And so here's the intro song that we came up with using that sample.
Quit all that babbling, take a look at drugs. You better get the grabbing, you better get the scrambling. Boy, you need your execution like a chicken electrocution. Did all that nuking, and you got to get a rebuking.
So hopefully you can kind of hear it. The kick drum and the bass are a little heavy, covering up the sample, but you can kind of hear it there, just straight 1954 sounds. So if Jonty had any bars he wants to point out, now's the time.
I mean, it's just kind of going through like Godzilla's point of view. I said, they did all that nuking, now you're about to get a rebuking, find out what a god is, awaken by some nonsense. My shadow tides way over 5-story apartments, kind of like how they would describe Godzilla back in those old American, monster trailers and whatnot. I just want to get Godzilla content out there, for the masses to enjoy, spread the word about it.
Right. So what you're going to see next is a video of all of us at G-Fest having fun, enjoying our weekends, and making good music.
I'm away, bring it back. It's time to get to stepping, boy, go away. It's what they say, what they say. Quit although requested, showing me to stay though. Now here to play though. About to kick out this lesson, boy. Cause if I fly over your city, it's gonna be a bunch of casualties. People snapped away by the gravity beam. I'm a master schemes, I kill some mans fully. I got some killers that are blasphemy. Make a long to my left and goddamn to my right we go.
So the main difference between that and what you heard earlier is that the old one was just, he recorded it on his phone, slapped it on the beat and sent it to me. This one, he recorded it on his phone, but just sent me his voice, and then I let my friend Andrew make it sound really good, put it on a nice mixed, balanced version of the beat, and then we get a nice finished product.
For that one, I actually had like a little mic set up instead of just recording through little earphones. So I recorded through a mic, hooked it up to my laptop, made sure that everything was sounding nice and, clear, and then I sent that over to them in Nebraska.
We've heard it, it lasts about 5 minutes. So he asked for a vocal sample, and that's how we ended up with this track, Okinawa Beach, which, as you all know, hopefully, King Caesar is he lives in Okinawa. That's where he's sleeping.
I'm a movie shine as a movie finder to my whole crew. We be rhyming, I be rhyming, selling them for dimes, cause they say that good music's just hard to come by. I combine intricate thoughts, no simple to botch, so they could never ever stop me. I ran a gauntlet, now I'm head to Okinawa Beach. Capiche.
This is our slow track, just a little bit of variety.
You just probably ended this one alone, man.
Yeah, no beat required, right? It's great music, and that's why when we're able to produce it into something else, that makes it, I won't say even better, but it makes it great in a different way. So this is another one we had a music video for. So at G-Fest.
It's just my advice. Run around my way. Rock fire, you left the water about to put you on a plate. Stay front like you better, but you ain't. I'm like demon in the state. You either kill or you save. I'm a silent killer, and my hate you blinking. If you don't get the signs, better take off like a spaceship. Beating me, hell no. You'll have better odds, being blind. Gamble at Vegas.
So that was the last track on the album, Destroy All Rappers. All dropped last year at G-Fest. So since that is, or do you have anything you want to say about that track?
So we're looking for a more dramatic, energetic ending to our project, and we were going through a whole bunch of different sample ideas. One of them happened to be the Destroy All Monsters soundtrack, and what he did with it was phenomenal.
So where do we go from there? It's all on YouTube. We can't put this anywhere but YouTube because it's all copyrighted material, obviously, but it falls under fair use, so we're able to put it up on YouTube for everyone to enjoy for free. We don't make anything off of it, obviously. It's just for fan enjoyment. So if you feel like checking it out, it's right there on a QR code.
The inspiration is drawn from the classic Return of Godzilla poster with the orange and red background where he's hovering over the buildings and whatnot. So I saw that and I was like, let me draw myself in that style, and then that's how that got made.
Definitely go check out The Return of Jay-Zilla, check out Destroy All Rappers, and lastly...
1 second, because this one right here, The Return of Jay-Zilla, is very, very special because this one also has myself, but my good friend Guido Goji, Rodney Thomas over here. We are both on this track. Stand up for you. Give it, make it. Like I said earlier, we've all been friends for about 12 years now.
It also features our friend Dylan.
Dylan, stand up now.
You know, don't clap yet, you haven't heard what he has to say, but go check out the project.
He's got some wild bars, I ain't gonna lie.
It's as you can see here, parental advisory recommended, by the way.
But yeah, this track in particular is very special to us because, like I said, we've been friends for 12 years now. We always hang out at every G-Fest and on Discord. So as a group, it means a lot, not only to just us as a group, but me personally, because we were able to jump on the track and create something very special that we think a lot of other Godzilla fans will like.
Mm-hmm. So please check out those projects. Thank you all so much for coming to check us out. The last thing I have for you is just our information where you can find us. We both have accounts for Godzilla and then also for music, so that's why there's 2 up there if you want to check us out. All right, guys, we're at our time.
Thank you guys so much, man. We appreciate this show.
So this is the part G-Fest no one talks about. Right now, it's after the dealer's room closed. It's very loud over here. And getting up some Taco Bell in the hotel microwave. So, you know, it's not easy out here. Alrighty, G-Fest Day 3, wrapping up. getting to the end game here. It's like 8 or 9 o'clock or something. I don't know. We have blood parties up next, or probably now. I'm probably out here missing it. I do see some people down there at the patio, so I'll head down there now. But shit, it's been a hell of a convention. You know, my experience has been on and off with this place, but I guess I just keep coming back anyway. And you know, this time was a hit. I enjoyed my time here. I'm saying that now. Maybe when I get home, I'll have other thoughts. Probably not. I did like it here. You know, a lot of awesome people here. You know, gonna try and meet some more every year, and you know, see what's going on. You know, as far as future content goes, hey, I don't know. You know, I'm liking the community and the toys and the movies and all that now, so I'm feeling the vibes. We'll see what happens, but I definitely do need to make some changes to, you know, what my content is. I don't want to just be like a straight just toy channel. I think just being completely toy brained is probably not good. I mean, you know, first and foremost, we're here for the movies and stuff. You know, I love the movies, obviously. I love the music. I love things like that. You know, the cosplay stuff, you know, the costumes and suitmation, all that kind of stuff. That's really cool, too. And, of course, I love the toys. I mean, it's not like I'm going to forget the toys. You know, they're awesome. I do love them. Sorry, these planes are very distracting. Yeah, this is just such a nice place. Just like here. This is like the view. I mean, it's crazy. Like, I just sit on this balcony all day. Very nice place. So, yeah, we didn't do a whole lot today, really. You know, just another few laps around the dealer's room. Some real good steals today. They got me good with some of the deals they had. Things I was watching all weekend on the fence. So I was like, yeah. And then they're like, you know, dropped the price by almost half on some of these things. Like, shit, you know, pulled the trigger on a lot more than I should have. But that's why we're here. You know, it's once a year, so I'm not going to 10 of these a year. So, you know, whatever. I go a little overboard once a year. It's fine. It's, you know, I'm on vacation. It's allowed. That's what credit cards are for. You don't actually have to pay those back. See, they don't tell you that. Yeah. So, you know, we did some panels. You know, if I put this video in order, you'll see that we did. You know, I attended the Tilly Stees and J-Zilla panel, you know, with what they're doing, which is really cool. I do like that. They had an awesome panel about how they put that all together and everything, and it's really, really impressive. They did a fantastic job. You know, that's some cool stuff. Keep an eye out for what their future looks like. But other than that, you know, I went back to the autograph room. I will talk about that later. I got an incredible autograph from Mr. Dan Moriboshi. Oh, someone's screaming. So I'll you know, we'll cover that in a bit, but you know, Sunday's always just a lower day, so there's not a ton going on. You know, it's a little somber, a little sad, because, you know, bittersweet. People are, you know, it's the end of the convention, people are going home, and these planes are very loud. So I'll just wrap this quick little thing up by saying that G-Fest, pretty cool.
Bombing down! Bombing down! I just want to know the
Ladies and gentlemen, Rich Easter is trying to hold his own. Let's go!
What the fuck is a white flag?
I have no idea.
What even is a white flag?
Against the ropes! Superman punch! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9,
Alright everyone, here we are, Monday after G-Fest, and here's my full haul for the entire con. So, you know, I'll probably cover all this again when I get home, but while it's all nice and laid out in the hotel room here for you, I'm just going to do one last trip around it, show off everything, got my autographs over there, we'll cover it all quickly, and then I'll be on my way home. So, here we are. You know, if you saw, I didn't get anything on day 2. Day 1 was a little more modest. I mean, you know, most of the stuff was already here, but you're probably seeing some new things, some bigger things here, and I didn't have the grandest intentions of buying a lot more. You know, after day 2, I was like, all right, well, I didn't get anything today, so probably almost done here. You know, maybe I'll pick up a few things last minute on Sunday, but, you know, it turned into a bit more. So, you know what happens, you know, if you've been to G-Fest, Sundays, you know, discount and deals day, you know, haggling day. And I guess I haven't really been doing much of that in the past few years, but this year worked out because, you know, I had my eye on a few big things. You know, just things that, you know, I'm sure everybody does. You know, you look around in the dealer's room day 1, you're like, oh, that's pretty cool. It's a little pricey, though, a little out of my budget, you know. And it's cool, though, and you keep your eye on it. You walk past it again, and you walk past it again, and the next day, and the next day. And, you know, you just keep looking at it, and you're like, sweet figure there. But, you know, I gotta be responsible here, you know. But, you know, I walked in day 3, some of those same things, walk by them again, pretty sweet figure. And then you look at the price tag, and you're like, wait a minute. that's less than it was the other day. Don't do this to me. And I think you end up with a bunch more shit. So that's how a lot of this happened. But let's go over it. So yeah, a lot of the stuff in the middle you saw already. So the first things that I got when I walked in were these guys here. So let's focus on these guys. I believe these are from Dream Planet Japan. I think that was what the booth was called and their brand. From what I saw online, because I didn't know anything about these guys, I've really never seen anyone talk about them much. Man, this focus is not working for me, but I think they're from Model Kits, from a company that starts with a T. Again, I'll talk about it when I get home and actually review this stuff and know what the hell I'm talking about, because I haven't really seen anyone with these things or talk about them, so I don't know much about them, but they are fucking cool. And it sucks that no one really knows anything about them, or you don't really see much about these, because shit, they look incredible. So, you know, just because they're not a big name brand doesn't mean they're not insane. So anyway, I went to that booth, and, you know, they had a bunch of cool stuff there. But these two guys in particular caught my eye. So we got the 54 puppet here. I mean, how often do you see a figure of the puppet? I mean, I really don't know if I know of, like, any big name brands. I'm sure, you know, all the real huge toy people are listing off some right now, but I don't really know of any that have been made of this guy. And damn, it's fucking cool. I mean, look at this. I love the colors on it. You know, if anyone knows, I'm not the biggest Afubi guy in the world, just because of all the weird, wacky colors. Of course, you know, there's certain colorways that do it for me, but most of them don't, especially like the metallic ones and stuff. I don't know, a lot of them I don't like, but this nice, clear, translucent blue with the metallic silver spray on there, pretty sweet. I mean, this guy's awesome. They originally wanted like 150 or something. I thought that was a little much, because they also wanted that for him, and this is like half a figure. It's like half his size. I'm like, I don't know about the same price. But when I went back down there, they only wanted 120. I was like, okay, maybe I'll pull the trigger. And I asked about it, and it had a little candle light under it to give it, you know, a little effect, and it's got a hole in it. And they're like, oh, you know, we could do $20 off of that price if you don't want the candle. Dollar store candle, you know, LED candle. Like, shit, yeah, I'll fucking take that. And then this guy was also put on sale from 150 to 120. No candle, so no candle discount. But shit, look at the sculpt on this thing, man. It's so nasty. Oh, he's beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous. So I had to pick this guy up too, you know, for what, $200 for both of them? Like, how could I not? It's incredible. I mean, the detailing on this thing, again, you know, I guess it's from a model kit, so they just, you know, went ahead and made a Safubi of it from the mold or whatever, but damn. And the coloring again with the nice blue on it. Now let's go bring this guy in the light. I mean, oh yeah, nice and overexposed, but like, it's insane. It's really insane. This guy is incredible. I really, really dig these guys. So I'm gonna keep an eye out for this company. I mean, I'm sure they've been around, and I just haven't been paying attention, but damn, absolutely insane shit. I guess the other one that you guys are probably wanting me to talk about right here, this guy. So let me get this right. All right, this is a Medicom and Renku and Saku. All right, Godzilla 54. This guy came out pretty recently at one of the cons or something like that. I don't know. I've been out of the game for a bit, so, you know, forgive my ignorance a bit. Not that I would have really been paying attention to high-end Fubi anyway. I guess this isn't really high-end, but, you know. I think the original one of this came with the Oxygen Destroyer, is about $350, something like that, maybe. Pretty expensive. And obviously I had no real intentions of getting it, but damn, I thought this guy was really fucking cute. There's just something about him. You know, he's all deformed and stuff. Look at this little guy. So he's nice and chunky. And the booth here, This was, highlight them. Chibi Goji Toys. I've seen them around. Very nice people. They had a bunch of these loose, and I didn't know they even came loose without the Oxygen Destroyer, so, I was looking at them, and they wanted 165, so I guess it's, roughly half of what it was without the Oxygen Destroyer. And I don't, I think that's a pretty fair price, but for me personally, just because of how small it is, I obviously I don't blame Booth or anything, because, that's how much this thing costs. What are they going to do, lose money on it? But I personally didn't think it was worth the amount of money that it was. So maybe if it goes, maybe at $100 I'd buy it or anything, but whatever. And then on Sunday I'm walking around, I see this guy, I pick him up, take a photo, and I notice, oh, we got a price drop there to $100. Shit, man, after I just picked up these two guys. But, I had to do it. So I bought him, I took him home with me, and well, here he is, and I love him. I really do love him. This is one of my favorite pickups, along with these two guys. I mean, shit, I love everything I got, but man, I'm very stoked to pick this guy up. I kept seeing him online. I saw him in the booth 100 times, and they even said, thanks for coming over a bunch, because I did. I kept coming over to look at him. Oh man, I love him. But so that's that. What else do we got here? We got Chud 7 right over here. Look at this chunky guy. I just saw him in like a bin of a bunch of Ultra stuff, and I was like, man, look at this guy. He's so fun. He's pretty much for the same reasons as that Goji there. I mean, just a little guy. I made a little bargain deal, got him for 20, because he's got like a little chip there or whatever. I guess I don't really even know what this is. I guess you pop batteries in and he just scoots. I thought it was like a big wind up or something, but no, or it's not like a pullback either. It does nothing. I guess it's like you gotta put batteries in and it does something. But little guy, how can I not get this guy? Fucking look at him. Man, I love my chunky figures. They're awesome. I guess I got this guy too. This guy was, if you guys seen the booth in there, his booth with like pen holders. They got crabs. I picked up a bunch of crabs last year. They might have, I think they had like shrimps or lobsters or something, but this year, they might have had these last year. I don't really remember, but they had cats. This one kind of looks like my cat at home, so I had to get them. It's $2. Why the hell not? Got them for the whole family because they're so damn cheap and they're cute. So I had to pick that guy up. Support a local booth in there. Yeah. I love that booth, man. It's such a cool booth. It doesn't fit in at all, but it's awesome. And I'm probably going to grab something from every time because it's cheap shit. It's awesome, man. Little desk trinkets. I love my little desk trinkets. So that's that. And then I guess the last thing that I picked up here was these two original Godzilla 2000 tickets. So I believe they are. I mean, I don't know if they're like reprints or whatever. They are in pretty sweet condition, but I'm inclined to believe that they're real. I don't see why they wouldn't be. I found them. I don't remember which booth it was. I'll talk about that at home, I guess, once I figure it out. But they were $1 each. Shit, for $1, these things are cool as hell. Especially if they're actually like original tickets. Even if they're reprints. Like shit, they're fucking sweet. So I got those. And I only had a $5 bill left at that point. And blew through all my cash on everything else. And so, I gave the guy the $5, and unfortunately he didn't have any change, so he's like, all right, well, pick something else out. And so I looked around, and, everything else is more than $3 there. So, I was just looking in the book and pamphlet section, and I came across this. Shit. Get that out. And what this is inside is a bunch of postcards of all the movies up to Mechagodzilla 2. And they wanted $25 for it. I'm like, I can't ask for this for $3. But, I picked it up and looked at it, and the guy's like, just take it. And that was super nice. Did not expect that. So, of course, I'm going to shout out the booth once I figure out who it was. But this is sweet. This is actually going to be really great references. Obviously, I like recreating the posters myself so I can get them signed. And these are going to be very useful for me going forward. So, that's really sweet. Other than that, I mean, I guess that wraps it up, right? Everything else I talked about, you guys already saw from day 1. Day 2 was nothing. So, that's that. I mean, I could show you some of the flyers in here that I didn't have out in day 1. Let's see, just this main schedule book. There goes Baltan, with all the information in there. I love these program books. They're awesome. Collect them all from whenever they started doing them. Maybe 2018, or I don't know. Maybe they had them earlier. I don't. My first con was 2019, so I got them all from then on. But except for 2022 when I skipped. But anyway, at the Dream Plant booth, they gave me this Fukube pamphlet. I guess it's like a promotional something. Pretty cool though. Not exactly sure what this is, but look into this. We got some QR codes on there. Oh, Spotify? It's just like to Spotify Fukube? Sweet. It's a nice little poster there. And they also gave me this. Not really sure what that is either. I guess just a little promotional thing for Destroya. That's awesome. And then just other things like this. You know, I found around the con, other business cards, picked up other booths. And, you know, yeah, that's about it. Here's the pass, weekend pass. Pretty cool design with the Bob Beggleton art on there. Pretty sweet. So, what that looks like. But yeah, let me put this back there. And that's the whole haul right there. So, you know, it's still modest size, but for me, I mean, this is huge. It's not like, you know, there's some pricey things in here, so, you know, definitely blew the budget on this one. What can you do? I mean, it's G-Fest. It's once a year, right? That's why we're here. Have some fun. Spend a little more than you want, but shit. So that's that. Actually, I'll probably turn around now and give you guys the autographs view of that, because some more developments happen there. But as far as, you know, toys and dealer's room goes, final haul. So I'm pretty proud of it. Definitely the biggest one I've had so far going into these cons. And, well, I'm super stoked with what I got. So, see you guys with the autographs. Alrighty, here we are at the autographs. Don't know why I couldn't just turn the camera around since, you know, the toys are right there. But whatever, don't matter. So, here's all the autographs. And you'll notice a few new additions up there. So, you saw all these. So, I got the Home Ultra Trilogy signed, along with Ultra 7. You know, the 8x10 of Mole over there. I think I called her Mole the other day. Whatever, man. That's how it looks like it should be pronounced. But what can you do? I'm a fake fan who doesn't remember the movies at all. So, whatever. And then, you know, of course, this 8x10 of Dan there. But what you didn't see was this stuff up here. You saw the small Shikishi, but I went back, I brought some Shikishis myself, and I said, you know what, fuck it, let's roll the dice, see what I get. So I went over to Dan again. I have to really call him by his real name. It's like Koji Moritsu, something like that. I don't want to fuck it up, so I'm just not going to. I'm just going to call him Dan. So I wanted him to sign the Shikishi. I was giving him a blank slate. I'm like, you know, here you go. Do what you want. And of course, you know, they know what Shikishis are. They know what to do with them. So, you know, he started signing. I'm like, oh, it's kind of small down in the corner. And then he starts drawing Ultra 7. Very nice.
Wow. It's the first time to
Oh, yes?
here.
Oh, man,
yeah.
I'm honored.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You should be.
Arigato.
It's a very
Yes.
special.
Yeah, very special.
I am very jealous. As a huge fan, I am very jealous.
Holy shit, I was fucking stoked, dude. I think I mentioned on day one that I came down with a blank Shikishi and pointed to this and like, you know, can he do something similar to this? You know, obviously it doesn't have to be elaborate, but, you know, I have my own big Shikishi, you know, I don't want, you know, just if he could draw me something, you know, something small, just because it's personalized, you know, he would draw for me instead of just, you know, just the signature, which, you know, probably looks better by itself, just, you know, on a poster or whatever. And they said, no, he can't do that. So I figured, all right, maybe I'll try my luck again on Sunday, but whatever. And shit, I'm so glad I did. I went down there, I'm like, you know what, fuck it, let's ball. So I brought him the Shikishi, and he fucking drew that for me. So I caught a little video of him doing it, and man, I'm so honored. And they even said, you know, he hasn't done that for anyone all weekend. So, man, I mean, look at that. It's so insane. I'm so happy with it, man. There's a little guy, a little comparison for you. It's incredible. I cannot be happier. I can't believe he drew that for me. It's so cool. And then I'm like, well, let me try my luck, because I saw a few things online of Mole here. Megumi. I'm not gonna bother. She's Mole. So, I saw a few things online where she had maybe have drawn her character or Mothra or something similar on a Shikishi. Again, I'm not sure if those are pre-drawn or if someone else drew them or what. I just, you know, some pictures I saw online. So I'm like, shit, you know, I'll try my luck. Sunday, it's slow. See what she does. And, you know, she, you know, same signature. But hey, you know what? It looks cool. I guess I'm going to be collecting Shikishis now. You know, I got Bins last year, and then I got Fujis as well. So maybe I'll start collecting these. Of course, I also have Kira Takarada's from 2019. That's where I first found out about Shikishis and all that. So, and Bin was fortunate enough to have his family crest, family stamp around when I did Shikishi last year. So he did that for me. Of course, Dan didn't have that on him, but I do have it on the little guy here. So, hey, that's not nothing. Yeah, I just think these are sweet, you know, just a nice little blank canvas to have a big signature on it, and it really stands out. So these are awesome for Japanese guests, and I'm probably going to continue to do that because I just think they're really cool. And once you get them up on a wall, I think they're going to look fucking sweet. So that's all that. And then, of course, I'm going to go over here to this thing, but you guys are like, what the hell is that? Why are you glossing over that thing back there? This is an attempt at making some kind of stand sculpture thing with the Ultra Eye. So obviously this is in really rough shape and in poor form because I don't really have a full fleshed out idea yet. But what the idea is I don't really even have an example to show you guys at the moment, but pretty much I just had him sign this acrylic panel right here. So sign right in the middle. This is going to slot into this and it's going to stand up like that. Of course, I'm going to have a better sticker on that. That's just a shitty last second thing I taped on there. It's going to look like that. And then obviously this is going to be clear. I just kept all the tape on there for safety so I could transport this. But, this is just going to be a clear panel. It's going to sit in there. And then the Ultra Eye, I'm going to make a little mount right up there. And it's going to sit on there. So it's going to be a nice little stand. He's got a beautiful signature. It looks really, really nice on there. You can see that. It'll look better once, I take the brown tape and everything off. But, I just figured a little nice display. If you guys saw, or if I posted it, maybe not, that I got a nice Ultraman mask signed by Ben last month. So that's going to look really sweet next to this. And I just like unique things like this. Obviously, I got a fuck ton of signatures here, spent a lot of money. But you know what? How often do you get to do this? I'm not even sure. This is the first time either of them have been to G-Fest. Even, I think they said to any American conventions at all. And, who knows, it might be the last. So, I don't want to risk it. I want to get everything that I want. So, I went all out. And, especially Dan, he's not, a young man anymore. So I'm not sure if he'll even ever come back. And that's not to say, I'm thinking he's going to die tomorrow. He looks pretty healthy and he's doing well for himself, I'm sure. But, it is a lot to come over here to America and do cons and everything for a few days. So, I just wanted to make sure that I got it because I don't know if I'm ever going to be able to go to Japan, go to his restaurant, if he's even there. He does have a restaurant there, I know that. But I don't know if he does signings or has stuff there. I don't know if I'd ever have another opportunity to meet him. So I just wanted to make sure I got everything I wanted now, said my thank yous to him, and what a delightful experience. him drawing that for me. He even put the glasses on twice because, I had made multiple times to get all this signed. He put them on, did his thing. He shouted with them and everything. Fortunately, that was not caught on camera either time, but I do have the one from his panel, and it was pretty much the same thing. It just, at the booth that he did that. And it was just wonderful to meet him. He shook my hand, got to say thank you for the series, and man, what a nice guy. He seemed to really like me, and that was awesome. So both of them absolutely lovely guests. They were just great. I love my interactions with them. They really, this is what this is all about. Getting to see all these people that made all these movies happen. And I'll just thank them for what they did and all the memories and everything. I have a lot of great memories with the Mothra trilogy, and now I have a lot with Ultra 7 with my bro. Coming to this con and watching Ultra 7, finishing Ultra 7 here. And, I guess I'm kind of a fake fan for just recently getting into this and getting all this shit signed. But you know what? I'm going to look back on this for a long time because I really, really had a great time. I really like the series, the vibe of the series. Maybe it's not as strong as I find Ultraman to be, but they're both campy things, and a lot of the episodes with it's mostly an alien-driven series. Most of them are pretty goofy, and kind of similar, very much the same thing over and over again. But it's got a real charm to it, and I'm gonna remember watching it with my bro, and it's just nice. It really is. This is everything. That's all my autographs there. I'm going to frame all this up. I'm completely out of wall space. I don't even know what the hell I'm supposed to do with all this shit, but I'll figure it out. It's all beautiful. I'll do a rotating display or whatever, but yeah, I'm just so stoked with everything. So that's another G-Fest in the books. G-Fest 31. Here we are. And, I guess that's Mr. Godzilla signing off. All right, and here we are wrapping things up on the Monday after G-Fest. And, been a hell of a show. I probably already talked about it in some other video. I don't know. I'm just recording a bunch of stuff just to make sure I have enough footage and talk about enough things before I leave here. I got a late flight, so I'm here for a while. But that's all right. So, I didn't record everything. There's a ton of things I missed. I'm just not great at being an influencer, I guess. Living in the moment. Oh my god. I just don't think to whip the camera out a lot of the times. So I missed a bunch of stuff. Like I didn't record any of the Artist Alley, but it's really, really cool. I did definitely want to touch on that they actually were able to bring the Artist Alley back in some capacity. It's not huge. I'm sure a lot of artists are, not feel pretty disrespected and are not willing to return and stuff like that. You see a lot of discourse online about that kind of thing. But they brought enough artists back, and I'm sure it'll grow every year. But it's super cool that they're allowing fan art and stuff like that to be back. And I know I like those kind of booths, typical booths you see at most other conventions. So really great to see that's back. This is so annoying. I have to keep touching it. Can't just like auto adjust with the lighting here. But yeah, I'm really glad to see that back. I do wish I recorded. They had some fantastic artists in there. But that's all right. I'm sure you guys know a bunch of the artists that were down there and are going to always be down there. So that was that. I don't think I got the other model display room. There was the regular model room that that has all the models in it. There's the other one. It's like I'm not really sure what it is. I think it's just called display room or something. It's got mostly like I guess kids artwork and other things, but it's not strictly just kids artwork. It's a lot of like drawn things and creations and things like that are in the other model room. So lots of cool stuff in there. Unfortunately, I didn't record that either, but I'm sure you guys can watch anyone else's video, and I'm sure other people got it. So that's that. I'm sure I missed other things like the big lines and stuff in the early hours of the dealer's room and all stuff like that. But I think I covered like a lot of the major stuff, and I'm not gonna get everything. But if I keep doing this, keep going, and keep recording stuff, I'll get better and remember to actually record more. But I feel like I got a fair amount of stuff this year, better than usual, which is nothing. I don't record anything, but I don't want to take away either. I'm trying to have fun here, not just shove a camera in everyone's face and my face the entire time. So there's that too, and I could always talk about it afterwards, some photos and some videos. But that's that. This has been G-Fest. It's been a hell of a time. Had a ton of fun here, and it's time to go home. That's how it is. So we'll return home, try and cover some of this stuff in video, talk about some of the other things, talk about my haul, and I'll see what the future of my channel looks like. But for now, this has been my G-Fest coverage. This has been G-Fest 31, 2026, and I look forward to seeing people there next year. Thanks for watching, everyone.
行くぞどこでも正義のためだ広い海原荒波蹴って目指すは悪い怪獣だでっかい体にでっかい声今日も戦う僕らのゴジラ頑張れ頑張れ僕らのゴジラ頑張れ頑張れ僕らのゴジラ行くぞどこでも仲間のためだ広い荒野にサージンをあげて目指すは悪い怪獣だでっかい口から放射能いつも戦う僕らのゴジラ頑張れ頑張れ僕らのゴジラ頑張れ頑張れ僕らのゴジラ行くぞどこでも平和のためだ広い世界を駆け巡り目指すは悪い怪獣だでっかい体に可愛い目玉明日も戦う僕らのゴジラ頑張れ頑張れ僕らのゴジラ頑張れ頑張れ僕
if you actually watched that whole thing, I just want to say thank you. This vlog was a fuck ton of work to make, and I really hope you enjoyed it, but I had a lot of fun making it, and, you know, I didn't film everything I wanted to, and I didn't do everything I wanted to, but at the end of the day, it's going to serve as a nice memory, and I'm really glad that I did this, so thanks for sticking around. Extra huge thanks to my bro Matt for coming out with me and making the trip huge, really. We're usually a group of 4 or more, but a lot of shit came up at the last minute, and people bailed and whatnot, but it ended up just being the 2 of us, and he still trekked it out there with me, and I really, really appreciate that, and I hope he had as good of a time as I did. Some of the clips were his as well, like the Dojo Studios and the movie clips, so thanks for those, as well as a lot of the music he helped me pick out, so thanks, bro. Other than that, you know, I hope to see everyone there next year. I hope everyone else had a great time. And with that, I've been Mr. Godzilla, and thanks for watching.